So, welcome. Good morning, students. After completing lesson 2, today we are going to start the new chapter, that is lesson number 7. Lesson number 7, that is amazing animals. A new chapter and the last chapter of this term. Amazing animals. You know what is the meaning of amazing? Amazing means wonderful. Wonderful. The thing on seeing you get surprised. This is amazing. Right? You see something, then you see, wow, what a thing. Means you are amazed. In the same way, our world is full of wonderful animals, amazing animals. We are going to start this chapter today. You know, variety of animals you see around yourself. So many animals are seen in your daily life. Apart from this, there are some animals that you are not able to see. They live in forest. They live in water that you cannot see. And so many such animals are there which you even don't know they exist. Now, our first topic is, where do these animals live? How do these animals live? Every animal lives in the particular kind of environment. You people live in home now, where you grow up, you play, you learn, you are comfortable there. If suddenly you are sent to some other place, will you be able to adjust? No. So in the same way, animals, they also live in their particular place, in the particular environment, right? That place is known as habitat. What do we call it? Habitat. It is known as habitat. Habitat is the natural place where animals live, grow, reproduce. In other words, you can say it is the natural home of the animals. In other words, what you can say? The natural home of animals. Habitat is the natural home. Habitat means natural home. A small word, right? And the definition is a place where an organism lives, grow, reproduce naturally. Now, after this, there are so many types of habitats, right? There are so many types of habitats. Which types of habitats are there? There are deserts. There are forests. There are polar areas. It includes mountain areas also. There are freshwater animals. There are seawater animals. Right? These all are different types of habitats. Is that clear to you? First of all, we are going to start forest. What type of animals live in forest? Right? You know what is a forest? Forest is a place with large variety of plants. Number of plants are there. You find Small plants, big plants, tree, variety of plants. And variety of animals, they are living there. Right? Not only of one type. Every type of animal is found in forest. Right? Now, all the animals in the forest, they are not living in trees. They are not living on the trees. Some animals, they live inside the cave, like tiger, lion. They have made their den. They are living inside it. Some animals, they live on the trees, like monkeys. Right? Some animals, they just roam in the forest, like elephants. Right? Some animals, they make holes, burrows, like snakes. So, variety of homes are found in forest. Is that clear to all? Now, let us move to another habitat, that is desert. In desert, first of all, let me tell you what is the meaning of desert. What is desert? Let us start with the desert first. Desert. What is the meaning of desert? Desert is a place where there is scarcity of rainfall, where there is very less water, right? Where there is scarcity of rainfall. Scarcity means kami. Scarcity of rainfall or water. Less rainfall is there. Sandy area is there. That is known as desert. Right? Now, what type of animals are found in desert? Animals that are able to bear the heat, that can live without water and food for so many days. Only such animals can survive in desert. Getting my point? Because water availability is less. So plants will also not grow more. Limited number of plants will be there. So the animals which are able to survive, they should have the capability to survive without food and water. This is the first condition. Right? Now, according to this, the best suited animal of desert is, we all know it is camel. Camel. Camel is the best suited animal found in desert. So, how camel is able to survive? What features are there present in the body of camel that he is able to survive? Number one, first is, it can live without food and water. It can live without food and water for so many days. Right? Next, it has hump, large hump, to store fat, which is used as food later on. What is stored in the hump? Fat. It stores the extra food in the form of fat, and this fat is used later on. During the times when he is unable to find the food, he uses this fat. right? Then number 3, it has long eyelashes. Long eyelashes. Why the eyelashes are long? I hope you all will understand the meaning of eyelashes. These are the eyelashes. These eyelashes, they cover the eyes. They protect the eyes from sand. They protect the eyes from sand. Sand does not go into their eyes when there are sandstorms because there are long eyelashes. Then one more point is there, that is long legs. I am writing it here. Long legs. What is the need of long legs? Why camel has long legs? How long legs are helpful to the camel in surviving? These long legs, they keep the body away from the heat. From the heat, right? The heat of the sand, it is not able to reach the body because the legs are very long. As a result, the body is so much towards the upper side. So heat is not able to reach the body. So many other points are also there, like they have padded soles, right? And it excrete and urinate very less, but you need not to do. These are just the major points in your standard that you have to learn, right? These are the features present in camel. In other words, the question could be, what are the adaptations of camel that make it able to survive? Yeah, what are the special features present in camel that help it to survive in desert? Such type of questions are asked. What is desert? What are the conditions found in desert? Which animal is able to survive in desert and why? So this is all about the desert. Hope desert is clear to you. Next habitat we are going to start is polar and mountain areas. Polar and mountain areas. This is what is there in polar and mountain areas. What type of conditions are there in polar and mountain areas? In these areas, there is very cold. These are cold areas. At some times in these places, there is snowfall also. Right? We have snowfall also in these areas. So the animals which survive here, they should be able to withstand the cold and snowfall. They should be able to bear the cold. Chilliness they have to bear. So what features are present in such animals that they are able to survive? First of all, let me tell you which animals are able to survive. In polar areas, you have polar bear, penguins. In mountain areas, goats, mountain yaks are found. Right? So, which features are present? We are doing in combined form. Otherwise, there are separate adaptations for polar and mountain area animals. But in your syllabus, it is in combined form. So we will be doing the combined ones. First of all, animals living in cold areas, they have a layer of fat under the skin. Layer of fat under the skin that keeps them warm. That keeps them warm. This layer of fat, it is also known as blubber. I hope you have heard this term before also. Blubber. Blubber. It is a layer of fat present under the skin that keeps the body warm. Right? Now, mountain area animals or polar area animals, they have fur or wool on their body. This fur or wool keeps them warm. I hope you all know this. Sheep. Sheep also has wool on its body. You people remove the wool of the sheep and woolen clothes are made that provide you warmth during the winters. Right? In the same way, other animals, they also have fur or wool on their body that provides them warmth when it is very chilly. Right? Now, what about birds like penguins? They have, I'll start with penguins have thick, dense feathers. They have thick, dense feathers that keep them warm. These are the features of birds. That is why these animals are able to survive in polar and mountain areas. Right? I hope this is clear to all. Now coming to the next. Next is ocean. Animals found in ocean. But before starting this, let me tell you, animals that live in water, they are known as aquatic animals. What do we call them? Aquatic animals. Aqua means water. Tic means that animals that live in water, surviving in water. Now, बच्चे, there are two types of water. One is fresh water and the other is saline water. Fresh water and the other is saline water. Saline or salty water. Right? In fresh water, we include rivers, canals, lakes. And in saline water or salty water, big water bodies like oceans or seas, they are involved. Right? Saline water is the water which contain large amount of dissolved salts in it. Seas have large amount of dissolved salts. And fresh water is the water present in rivers and lakes and canals. It does not contain large amount of salt. It is directly coming from the snow-laden mountains. Right? So, now coming to my point. Your next adaptation is animals that are living in fresh water and the animals that are living in saline water or ocean. Different types of animals they are able to survive in these. It is not necessary the animal which can survive in ocean water will be able to survive in fresh water. No. They have different features to survive in different types of habitats. Clear? So the animals, water animals that live in fresh water they are fishes, frogs, salamanders, right? And the animals that survive in saline water or in oceans they are blue whale, octopus, shark. Is that clear to all? Just examples are given in your book. Apart from these categories, there is one more category that you may be knowing, amphibians. This is a separate category. Amphibians. What is the meaning of amphibians? What are amphibians? Amphibians are the organisms that are able to live both on land and in water. Amphibians are the organisms that are able to live both on land and in water. They have special kind of features to survive in both the habitats, right? For example, which is the example of amphibian? You can say it is a frog. Frog is a amphibian. Salamander. Salamander is a amphibian. In your previous class also, you have learnt that they have multiple organs to breathe. For example, let us consider frog. This frog, when on land, it breathes through lungs, and when in water, it breathes through moist skin. This you had already done in 4th standard. So they have multiple organs, right, to breathe, and they have padded feet to swim in water, right? In this way, we have covered all the habitats. Which habitats we had done today? Number 1, we did animals that survive in forest. Then we did animals that live in desert. Best example we gave, camel. Animals that live in polar and mountain areas. We take the example of polar bear, penguin, sheep, right? And then we did the animals that live in water. 2 categories are there. They are fresh water and salty water, right? Different examples have been mentioned. Then apart from these, there is one more category. The habitat of these animals is entirely different. They can survive in 2 environments. That is on land as well as in water. They are known as amphibians, right? They have different type of organs. So, for today, it was this much only, right? Tomorrow, we will be doing adaptations based on different body features, right? It is up for today. Now, I will be taking your questions. Anybody who want to ask any question? Kavan Saroa, you can unmute yourself and ask. Kavan Saroa, unmute yourself. Yes, Kavan. Hurry up. No, it is very difficult, but few are there. Few are there. Right? They can survive in flying water also. Okay? Next. Okay. What can we learn from Rahul? Rahul is telling his mother to give leave to the maid so that she can take her child for polio vaccination. Right? So what you learn from Rahul? He is such a caring boy and he knows vaccination is important to protect the child from the disease. Right? Is that clear? Okay. Now, हाँ जी, ask बेटा, Tomil, किसकी बेटा? No, no. Whatever is mentioned in your book, you have to do that much only. Right? Okay. Next child. Next child.